Hey guys, it's Jocelyn. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a super long time, weeks, months, I really don't know how long, since I've made a video. That's due to a lot of things have happened. I got a new camera, that's one bright side thing. Thanks to my parents, they bought it for my birthday because I also had a birthday recently. So we're testing out this new camera today. Anyways, yeah, so a lot has happened, mainly dealing with this pandemic and my mental health during it all, which is what this video is basically going to be about today. I'm going to talk about trichotillomania, which is a disorder that I have, and I feel like there aren't many videos or personal videos of people talking about this disorder. So hopefully through this, other people who are going through this won't feel alone and won't feel like they're weird because nobody else around them goes through this. So I guess I should start off with what trichotillomania is. Basically, it's translated to hair pulling, and it's a disorder that falls under OCD because it's a compulsive disorder. It's actually a body-focused repetitive disorder. So it's something you do over and over and over again. You can kind of compare it to like somebody who's an alcoholic. Obviously it's not as extreme as being an alcoholic, but I'm talking about in terms of like an alcoholic will drink over and over and over again. So this trichotillomania, you're doing the same repetitive action over and over and over again. It can be led on by different things. In my case, it's caused by stress and anxiety, and so whenever I'm stressed or anxious, I pull out my eyebrow hairs. Now, people who go through this, they can pull out hair from anywhere on their body, but the main three places are the scalp, the eyebrows, and eyelashes. Thankfully, I only pull out from my eyebrows. I don't pull out from my scalp. I feel for those who pull from their scalp because I understand, like, and my eyebrows is just a small area, but somebody who has problems with this and pulls out the hair from their scalp, they're left with bald spots, and it's hard to conceal that sometimes. You can't always wear a hat everywhere you go, like work, churches, professional establishments. Like, you can't wear certain things. Not everybody can afford wigs. Not everybody wants to completely shave their hair off and be bald, so they just have to walk around with bald spots or somehow find ways to conceal that. So like I said, trichotillomania falls under OCD, and it can also be viewed as a coping mechanism or coping skill, because basically when you're going through something of high intensity or there's tension, like me, like when I'm anxious, it's kind of a way to focus your anxiety elsewhere, if that makes any sense, or get your mind off of whatever you're anxious about. But at the same time, you forget. Let's say I'm anxious about something that's coming up, or some substantial situation that's happening in my family or something like that. I'll go and I'll start plucking out the hairs from my eyebrows with my hands, and then I stop being anxious about that situation, but now I'm anxious about having this disorder. I'm anxious about, you know, how am I going to stop plucking my hair? It's so annoying. Everybody around me thinks it's annoying. You know, stuff like that. So it's a coping mechanism temporarily, but then once I focus on the issue of pulling my eyebrows, then I just get anxious all over again. And sometimes you do it and you don't even notice. Like, I can be watching a movie and I'm pulling the hair from my eyebrows, and sometimes people don't understand, like, you're just watching a movie, why are you pulling your eyebrow hairs out? When it's a little bit more than that. You don't really have control over it. At the same time, it's like my subconscious or the back of my mind, it's It's going, it's going, it's going. It's thinking about other things that I'm stressed about. And then I just go and pull my hair out. Also, since it's like a body focused repetitive disorder, you can also compare it to like muscle memory. Like, for example, you wake up, you have the same morning routine every day. You don't have to physically tell yourself, get up, brush your teeth, use the bathroom. Like, it's just an automatic thing that you do every day. It's kind of how it is for trichotillomania. Like, you just do it automatically. So I've been dealing with trichotillomania since I was like 17. I'm 25 now. It started in high school around senior year, you know, really stressed with the work, with am I gonna get into any colleges? I wasn't the best student in high school. That is my own fault for being lazy. It wasn't that I was lacking anywhere specifically. I was just lazy. I wouldn't do my homework. I wouldn't study. It was on me. But eventually, you know, it caught up to me. I got all stressed. Was I going to make it into a college? Which I did. I made it into plenty of colleges. So don't worry about stuff like that. So I started getting stressed out and anxious, and I started plucking out my eyebrow hairs. And I don't know, like, I started plucking out my eyebrow hairs, and I guess it was kind of at first like a distraction, like a tick too. You just keep doing it, and eventually it led to days that I was like completely with no eyebrows. Now I have thicker eyebrows, but back then, if I could find a picture, I will put it right here. But back then, I plucked so bad that my eyebrows were just little lines. And back then, you know, like brow wigs and pomades, they weren't really popular. And I was in high school. I didn't have money to just splurge on fancy makeup. So back then, I used to use eyeshadow to fill in my eyebrows, and I looked a hot mess. But makeup really wasn't a big thing back then, so nobody really noticed. Anyways, so it was kind of a taboo in my family, and I'm not trying to knock my family, you know, it was something new to them. So it's kind of a taboo to like have a disorder, a mental illness or anything like that. So I didn't talk to my doctor about me being anxious, stressed, pulling my eyebrows. I didn't go talk to my doctor until last year. And, you know, we spoke. I basically told her I get anxious about X, Y, and Z. This is what happens. This is how I feel. And I tend to pull out my eyebrows, yada, yada, yada. And she looked at my eyebrows, you know, she touched around. And then I was officially diagnosed with general anxiety in adults and trichotillomania. I was advised to see a therapist, and my doctor asked me if I wanted to go on medication. And for me personally, I'm scared to go on medication because of the side effects that it may have. If you are on medication, that's you, that's fine. I'm not judging you. It's just me, like, I'm just scared of that. So this year I started trying CBD oil, and I think it actually works. I don't use it all the time. Yeah, so CBD oil has been working pretty well for me. I don't use it all the time, and you also have to take the CBD drops like an hour before so it could kick in. Kind of is basically like any other medication, you gotta wait for it to kick in. And so I usually use it when I know that something or some event is going to happen that's going to make me super anxious. And so I'll take it in the morning when I wake up. Therapy. I am not in therapy, and I should be. But it got a little complicated because I didn't have all the information from my insurance company. So my doctor she couldn't even give me like a referral. she gave me a referral that I should see a therapist, but she couldn't give me an actual therapist to see. So I had to like go search that for myself, and it's a mix up with information and whatnot. And then by the time I finally got all that situated, then we got hit with the coronavirus, and here I am. You know, precautions and whatnot. I know you can do virtual therapy and whatnot, so that is something that I may look into. I prefer doing it in person. I don't know, this part of my anxiety thing, like I can't talk on the phone, FaceTiming. I don't like to talk to people in person really either, because I get super anxious, but I prefer doing that over talking to someone on the phone, which I know may not make sense to people, but it's just how I am. So I'm gonna show you guys, this is like super vulnerable, but I'm gonna show you guys what my eyebrows currently look like. And this pandemic has really gotten me super anxious because, you know, you can't go out. That's like one of the biggest things for me, is that you're trapped at home. It's so hard to deal with things and you don't have interactions with other humans, you know, besides my family. And also I get anxious over what's gonna happen. I get anxious over the unknown. I get anxious over school, work stuff. I don't know if you guys can really see much, but I have a bunch of patches here, a little bit right here. So yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to go out like this, which is why I just always fill in my eyebrows whenever I'm going out. I even fill in my eyebrows when I'm at home, because sometimes my other relatives come, like my uncle. He's seen me without eyebrows. He's never asked questions about it, so I really don't even know what he thinks. I don't think he knows I have a disorder. I did tell my family, like my grandmother and my aunt, my parents obviously, when I was diagnosed with anxiety, but I kind of laughed it off just because back then it was still like the whole taboo thing. And if you guys are dealing with stuff like that and you feel like you can't tell your family because they won't understand, like, don't be afraid. Just tell them. Their reaction might be like, ugh, oh please, like, yeah, right, whatever. At first, not saying that that's how my family was, but if your family was like that, or your friends, you have to also understand that it's something new for them too, and they can't just automatically accept what's going on sometimes. And it's okay, just like give them some time, they'll come around. Maybe you can find articles for them, information, and they can read about it. Maybe they'll understand it better. There's a lot of Instagram pages that talk about anxiety and depression and whatnot, and they give a lot of great tips. Actually, I will give you one that I follow. The one I follow is called the_depression_chronicles11, and yes, depression is a big theme on their page, but they also have a lot to do with anxiety and just like taking care of your mental health and panic disorders. Just a lot of tips for yourself if you're dealing with this, and also the people around you who don't know how to approach a person who has this type of disorder. I think it's really helpful. Hope this video was helpful to anybody who's going through anxiety and has trichotillomania, so you can feel like you're not alone. There's plenty of other people out there that go through this also, and it's gonna be okay. If you have to take medication, take it temporarily. If you don't want to go that route, I recommend CBD oil. Go to therapy, do exercises, or find something else that brings you joy in your life that you could put your energy into, and maybe it'll lessen the anxiety you feel on a daily basis. I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, I hope it helps somebody out. If you want, I can do another video about how I regrow my eyebrows. See, right now I have nothing because I've been going through this whole state of anxiety and I've been plucking my eyebrows literally every day. But in the past, I've had episodes and then I regrow my eyebrows using certain oils, techniques, and then I go back again and pluck it over again. But if you want me to do a video about that, I can do that too. And I also will be coming back doing videos about keto again, since I'm back on it, and other vlogging type videos. So stay tuned for that. Please subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye!